Coming up on Winthrop Close-Up.
We'll go inside the West Center with the designing architect.
Don't be afraid when you see this guy on campus. He is a helping hand for one Winthrop student.
And we'll give you the campus reaction to the new university smoking policy. All this and more. Stay tuned.
Your news, your sports, your entertainment. You are watching Winthrop Close-Up. Welcome to the brand new edition of Winthrop Close-Up. I'm Christoph Reed.
And I'm Lorna Webster. Thanks for joining us. Construction continues on the Lois Frame West Center, and Winthrop Close-Up had the opportunity to tour the new building. Jeremy Harriott takes us inside.
At its completion, the West Center will be the largest building on campus, spanning 135,000 square feet. The architect of the West Center looked to current campus buildings, including Peabody, for inspiration in designing the facility.
And in addition, we're going to salvage some of the original wood flooring and some of the seats in the original gymnasium, and we're going to install them in the lobby of the new building. You know, Winthrop is a very beautiful, traditional campus, and we're about to put a 135,000 square foot building kind of right in the center of it. So I think we had a lot of responsibility to design a building that would blend in with the campus surroundings.
The West Center is being built to LEED standards, which means it will meet the highest level of environmental efficiency, saving Winthrop money through state-of-the-art heating, cooling, and water conservation.
So I think in particular we're pleased with what we've been able to do as far as energy efficiency, which will save Winthrop money over the life of the building, and just the quality of the space.
The new West Center will feature 4 basketball courts, an elevated walking track, a competition-sized swimming pool, and a 2-story climbing wall.
We'll be able to run more games at the same time, be able to manage those a little bit better as they're all in one location. And the facility itself will just draw a lot of new participation, it being so new and having state-of-the-art equipment.
The open design of the West Center allows for maximum visibility, while being aesthetically pleasing for visitors both inside and out. With photographer Philip Reynolds, this is Jeremy Harriott reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
And West Center construction took a tragic turn Thursday when 51-year-old Wade Henry Dowling fell to his death. His son, Brad Walker, working nearby, said Dowling lost his balance, falling about 25 feet onto the concrete level below. Emergency workers and firefighters worked to get him out of the building, but he was pronounced dead on arrival to Piedmont Medical Center. The accident is currently under investigation. Construction will be suspended until that investigation is complete. The West Center isn't the only construction project on campus.
That's right, Lorna. A new academic building is also being built. Stephen Williams tells us about Owens Hall.
The sound of construction echoes across campus as students await the arrival of a new gym. But just a few yards away, another building is forming.
It's also going to be just state-of-the-art classrooms. There's only one office in the whole building, and that's for the building/computer lab manager. The rest of it is strictly classrooms. It's strictly for the students. It's not a ivory tower built for somebody's nice office.
Owens Hall will be available to all of Winthrop's colleges. The $6.3 million project will house 2 lecture halls and over 18 classrooms. 2 computer labs and a student lounge will also be available to students.
How much is that?
So when can students expect to use this building?
It's about 11 months is the project duration, taking into account we don't have too many rain days or not too bad a winter. But so we're estimating to be finished in April.
With state-of-the-art construction, Owens Hall looks to be a great addition to Winthrop's campus. With photographer Lorna Webster, I'm Stephen Williams reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
A hot topic on campus this fall is the new smoking policy. Reporter Justin Peterson went out to clear the fog surrounding this issue.
Each fall, changes can be seen all around Winthrop's campus. One of the biggest changes is the newly implemented smoking policy. The policy says that smoking is prohibited in all places except the designated benches around campus. Health Services gave Winthrop Close-Up information on future plans.
They're looking at, I think, eventually moving towards that smoke-free policy. However, the time frame could be 5 years, could be 10 years, could be 2 years.
There aren't many sheltered areas, so some smokers may be left out in the rain. This is just one of several complaints by smokers.
From understandings of government laws and stuff, I mean, a sidewalk is public property. If I can't smoke out in public, then what can I do?
Some smokers are noticing the positive side to the designated smoking areas.
The Smoking Grove was an icebreaker. It allowed me to meet new people and meet them consistently because I would see them every day when they're out there smoking as well. And it really helped make this transition to college actually a lot easier.
When dealing with smoking, it is difficult to come up with a policy that pleases everyone. But for those affected, are respectfully adjusting to the new policy. With photographer Walter McDaniel, I am Justin Peterson reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
Does Winthrop's campus appear to be a little more congested than usual? Brooke Barber tells us why the hallways seem extra crowded this year.
Winthrop University has seen a tremendous surge in the number of transfer students in the past 5 years. Last year, there were 359 transfers. This year, numbers are expected to at least rival last year's number or show an increase. Many transfer students admit they are attracted to the beauty of Winthrop's campus and the advantage of having small class sizes. This is the first year the university has hosted a variety of programs, especially for transfer students, to aid them in their transition. A home-cooked meal isn't the only thing that transfer students received at their reception at Tuttle Dining Room. President Giorgio also spoke and welcomed students to make themselves feel right at home. Transferring from Lord Fairfax Community College in Virginia, Trey Amick is taking full advantage of this invitation.
Winthrop offers a ton of activities compared to my last college. Tons of different groups you can attend and always different cultural events you can go to, which is totally new to me.
Trey also admits that this is the first college he has attended where all of his professors have doctoral degrees. In the upcoming years, admissions expect the number of transfer students to steadily rise as the university's academics continue to excel. With photographer Jason Paul, I'm Brooke Barber reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
Where to live is a big decision for students. Megan Turbeville has more to help make that decision easier.
It's a heated debate every year. Is on-campus or off-campus living better? Free laundry and meal plans make on-campus living appealing, while privacy and pets can push students towards off-campus living. Living on campus is a good way for students to interact and become more involved in campus activities.
Advantages are that you get to know so many people that live and go to your school, so it's like a lot easier to meet people.
The cost of living is a factor as well. Students who choose to live off campus often pay out of their own pocket.
I think it actually saves money to stay off campus, but it would also be my paycheck.
Students like junior Casey Bigup remain on campus because of the close proximity to classes and the ease of eating on a meal plan.
And it's just easier for me to not have to cook for myself because I am a theater major, so I'm running back and forth to the building all the time, and I just don't have time to cook or anything like that.
Meal plans are available to commuter students as well in the form of Cafe Cash. Students choose to live off campus for several reasons. The privacy of having a room to oneself is a major reason. Other reasons include being able to cook in a private kitchen and decide who can come and go without curfews.
The fact that I can cook, just that I get to eat things that I enjoy, and I get to have people over, and there's no curfew rules for boys or anything like that. So.
When deciding whether to live off campus or on campus, it's your decision whether you prefer the privacy of your own place or the community of a residence hall. With photographer Aaron Parker, I'm Megan Turbeville, reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
When we come back, Tim Francisco takes a look at fall sorority recruitment.
And we'll also tell you what's cooking in the Thompson cafeteria. But first, let's check in with Russell Felder at the sports desk.
Coming up, we got volleyball player Shannon Sitzman off the bench and back on the court. And changes in the Winthrop shuttle system may bring larger crowds to more games. Come back, and we'll tell you all about it.
It seems we all have our own idea of what Greek life is like. Reporter Tim Francisco takes a deeper look to find out what sororities really have to offer to Winthrop women.
When you think of sororities, what do you think of? For many people, the first things that come to mind are fundraisers, parties, or sorority houses showing off their letters. But is that really what sororities are all about? Many Winthrop girls attended Sorority 101 in Deacons to gain a better understanding of what sororities have to offer.
The greatest thing that I've learned is leadership skills. Being in the position I am now, I've gotten to meet a lot and get to know a lot of the administration at Winthrop.
Okay, but what do sororities really do? Sigma sister Chelsea Gaskins tells us more.
We also do adopt a grandma. We have a grandma who lives across the street named Miss Wisnett. We take her meals, we take her wreaths and stuff like that.
But with all the positives of Greek life, is it enough to eliminate the stereotypes students may have?
I thought about me being an individual and opposed to having to cling to a certain group. And I really didn't consider it that much anymore after I seen what it was about.
What you do with your time in college will greatly influence the person you become. So check out the organizations Winthrop has to offer, be open-minded, and get plugged into an organization that best suits you. With photographer Megan McIntyre, I'm Tim Francisco reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
We've got a new four-legged friend on campus that seems to be turning some heads. Allison Rauch has the story.
Imagine seeing the world like this, a blurry and hazy mixture of figures and faces. No, you don't have your beer goggles on. You are visually impaired and rely on a guide dog to get you through everyday tasks. If you haven't noticed, we've got a new addition to the Winthrop community, Nancy Vanderbrink and Cole. Cole walks gracefully beside his owner, getting Nancy from point A to point B. It's surprising how smart these guide dogs actually are. Cole knows and can respond to 40 commands, and oddly enough, he's only been in training for 3 months. With Cole in hand, Nancy can pretty much do anything she sets her mind to.
Because I'm a social person, but it's hard for me to kind of make the initial contact with people, so I think Cole helps.
So what exactly does Cole do for Nancy?
His primary mission, I guess, if you want to call it, is to keep me safe. I don't know what I'd do if it took Cole away from me. Just because I've grown to love him.
Reporting for Winthrop Close-Up, I'm Allison Rauch.
When searching for a job, students have to worry about interviews and resumes, but few stop to think about what employers might find outside of the office.
It started out so simple. What was once a way for two college kids to keep up with each other ballooned into a multi-million-dollar industry. Personal blogging sites MySpace.com and Facebook.com have been used to catch up and catch criminals. It's also established music careers for the likes of Panic at the Disco and Cassie. But when starting your own career, too much information can be more trouble than it's worth.
Having that much information about yourself out in the open, there's going to be problems with people that you don't know knowing a lot about you. And that's never a good thing.
When creating a MySpace or Facebook account, keep this in mind. Don't put anything on your profile you don't want anyone else to see or know. Use the site's privacy options. And don't think you're being isolated just because your boss singles your profile out. According to a recent report by the University of California at Berkeley, 83% of American college students are signed up for Facebook, with 10 to 20,000 new accounts created daily. Plus, out of that 83%, 60% log in daily, and 93% log in at least once a month. Also, be aware that potential employers could use these sites to judge your character.
Because a lot of students put a bunch of information on there that is not what I would say professional information. So that's where they look and they can try to find out those things about the student, and that can waver from one way or the other.
Aside from the worries of creating a resume and a reference list, students must be cautious about what to put on their personal websites. People often put their future plans online, but with the wrong idea, employers could put your future plans on the line. For photographer Christoph Reed, I'm John Poole reporting from Winthrop Close-Up.
Over the summer, Thompson Cafeteria was given a delicious makeover. Russell Felder has the story.
Freshmen and upperclassmen alike were surprised by the new look of Thompson Cafeteria at the beginning of the year. With a new coat of paint and a new layout food choices, Thompson is slowly becoming a campus favorite once again. Pam Yurvik, the director of Winthrop Dining Services, says that the changes were made to make the students' dining experience better.
You can probably tell as you look around, we definitely painted our walls. We wanted it to be brighter, more inviting for our students to come in.
Student feedback on the new look and food has been positive.
I think they're good changes overall because it gives us more seating and it's more room to move around and it goes a lot quicker.
I think they've got a really good range of food. I really like their salad bar.
Thompson is not the only cafeteria on campus that has experienced change. Deacons has a new home-style bakery. a new meal plan exchange program, which allows a student to get a hot lunch on the go without burning through their cafe cash. Winthrop Dining Services are listening to their customers, the students, to make changes to the cafeterias on campus. Besides filling out a comment card at any cafeteria, students are encouraged to attend the Dining Services Advisory Board meetings, which are created to better understand the demands of the students. The next meeting is scheduled for September 27th in Thompson Cafeteria. With photographer Stephanie Gradick, I'm Russell Felder reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
Stay with us, Winthrop. When we return, we'll have your Eagles sports update.
But first, let's check in with Justin Peterson to see what's coming up in entertainment and cultural events.
Coming up on your entertainment and cultural events, we'll tell you about the many ways you can get involved on campus this year, and we will recap the hottest movies on the big screen this week in the Hollywood Minute. All this and more, stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back to Eagle Sports Update. I'm Russell Felder. The athletic department is gearing up for a promising season in all sports arenas. We start with Shannon Sitzman, a redshirt sophomore who was a big key to Winthrop's success in the 2004 volleyball season. After sitting out for a knee injury, she's back in action. Chris Gaynor has more on that story.
Sitzman, the 2004-2005 Rookie of the Year, played in her first home game against UNC Charlotte, and it looked like she had not lost a step.
It feels really good to get back on the court. It was hard to sit out and have to watch my teammates play and want to help and contribute and not be able to be on the court in that way, but getting back feels really good.
Coming back from any injury is nerve-wracking, especially an anterior cruciate ligament injury, but for Shannon, she isn't worried.
No, I think they handled, obviously themselves very well. I mean, we had people step into my place and it was no big deal, but it was just hard for me to want to be there.
Being off the court for a full season is tough for any player, but nevertheless, Shannon was still a team player. It was here, in Winthrop's training room, that Sitzman spent 7 months rehabbing, and now all her hard work and determination has finally paid off. Be sure to catch Sitzman and the Winthrop Lady Eagles in action as they take on the College of Charleston Tuesday, September 26 at 7 p.m. With photographer Kelvin Thomas, I'm Chris Gaynor reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
The men's golf team is seeing off with a new coach this year. Megan Carr has more from the green.
Winthrop graduate and former golf team player Kevin Penley is making another appearance on the course this year. After playing professional golf for 7 years, Penley returns to Winthrop to fill the shoes of former coach Eddie Weldon.
It's exciting for me, having been graduated in '98 and played 4 years here, and to be able to replace the coach that I played for. It's an honor. I'm excited to be back. It's a fun place to be. I really enjoyed my time when I was here, and to see the growth of the university since then.
The team has been working hard to prepare for the upcoming season. Junior Andrew Burglar believes that Coach Penley has brought a new attitude to the team's practices.
I just think the positive vibe that we have in the team in practice, in qualifying, and even in our early 6:15 weights. Just everything's real positive, and I think we're going to see that in our scores.
Coach Penley is making a few changes to the program that he hopes will help the team reach their ultimate goal of winning the Big South Championship.
Right now, it's just kind of, the real changes are more in the practice and bring some new ideas, fresh ideas to the team. Coach Weldon did a great job for the 19 years he was here, and I've got my own kind of way of doing things and my own philosophies. And
the team will be playing up and down the East Coast this season. Their first tournament is in Maryland, and they also are competing in New York, Florida, and North Carolina. Now, although Winthrop does not provide the proper facilities for the golf team to host their own tournament this season, the players and the coach are excited about traveling and hope to come out on top. With photographer Corey Brunk, I'm Megan Carr, reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
If you want to catch a game but don't want to lose your parking spot, there might be another alternative revving up to take you there. Reporter Kelly Sumter is along for the ride.
Hear that? That sound is a ticket that takes you to all of Winthrop's home sporting events. After a successful first year, the athletic department looks forward to students taking advantage of the newer transportation alternative.
It gives them a nice, clean way, safe way to get back to their residence halls, back to their, if they live in an apartment just off campus, they can get back there easier than dealing with the regular traffic situations that are out here.
During the shuttle's first season, students found a few setbacks.
I did not know about it until very late in my freshman year.
Bus stop locations and signs around dormitories give students ample opportunities to climb aboard and show school spirit.
I know a lot of students are pulled back because they don't have cars, so they can't get to a lot of events, and it'll help a lot more.
You don't have to worry about like getting a park when you get to the stadium and wasting your gas or having to wait in the line when it's time to go from the game. So yeah, it is very beneficial.
Although the shuttle only took students to basketball games last season, it will now run for all Winthrop sporting events. So, climb on board, and I'll see you on the Winthrop shuttle. With photographer Rich Owensby, I'm Kelly Sumter, Winthrop Close-Up.
Getting to games for free is already a perk for students, but you can also get free stuff just for going. Reporter Kripa Amatia has more.
Winthrop athletic fans now have one more incentive to attend sporting events. The Eagle Empire Student Rewards Program. 1 point for each event you attend, and you can start redeeming your points for as less as 5 points.
I got some t-shirts, a shoe bag, some free concession stand money.
And every point after 40 earns you one additional chance to win the grand prize, which last year was a lazy boy and a gift certificate from a restaurant of your choice. Now in its second year, the Eagle Empire was started to bring additional student support to Winthrop athletic events so as to create a great home field advantage for every team. So far, the program has brought the desired result.
If you want to look at the records last year for the first 2 women's soccer matches, we had about 60 students attend in 2 soccer matches. This year we're at 180. The first men's soccer match we had over 300 students attend, and that's 3 times what we had last year. And then obviously tonight, haven't seen the numbers yet, but obviously there's over 200 students.
If you don't know how many points you have, you can go to Winthrop Athletics website and check under Eagle Empire.
Earning points is pretty easy. All you need to do is attend your favorite games for free, and what you get is this pretty hat out here and this nice t-shirt here. With photographer Brandon Taylor, this is Kripa Amati for Winthrop Close-Up.
And finally, with fall sports in full swing, let's take a look back at some great moments so far this season with this week's edition of Eagle Highlights.
Come on. All your heart, all your might on the field, on the scoreboard. Let's do this. Go, girls. Let's do it, kiddies. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's it for sports. Let's take it to Justin Peterson for your cultural and entertainment events.
Welcome back, Winthrop, and thank you for tuning into this week's entertainment and cultural events. I'm Justin Peterson. Are you thinking about joining any clubs or organizations on campus this year? Reporter Ruthie McCrae has the latest on how you can get involved, whether you're a freshman or a super senior.
College isn't all about books and homework. It's about clubbing. And I don't mean Bar Charlotte, but clubs and organizations. Every year, Winthrop University strives to bring awareness about clubs and organizations, especially in the festival. This year, students enjoyed boxing, taking pictures, and eating ice cream as they were educated on clubs and organizations. But what is the deal with these clubs and organizations? What are they for?
Good to be in a community where there's other people who can, who really desire the same thing that you do, and you can stay on the right track.
Clubs and organizations give you the opportunity to have fun, and learn outside of the classroom.
You have the, like I said, the support. You definitely have the networking for after school, and then just the sense of gaining some responsibility.
Joining a club or organization can strengthen your professionalism and give you real-life experience in your desired field.
Because Winthrop is, they say it's a suitcase of college. It kind of gets you something to do on the weekends and gets you involved away from your schoolwork, and being away from home is a hard adjustment in general, so I think that's really important.
I got it this year by joining a club or organization. Just go to the Winthrop website and the whole
Do you know what movie claimed the #1 spot at the box office this weekend? Or why Sarah Jessica Parker will not be attending this year's New York Fashion Week? Here's the hits in the entertainment news wrapped up in the Hollywood Minute. Mark Wahlberg's feel-good football flick wasn't invincible at the box office this weekend as the supernatural thriller The Covenant claimed the #1 spot. Though critically panned, The Covenant summoned $9 million to ticket sales on its way to the top, trouncing Invincible's over $5.8 million. Ben Affleck is back in a big way with Hollywoodland, the #2 movie at the box office with $6 million opening this weekend. The film examines the mystery surrounding the death of TV's first Superman, George Reeves. New York's Fashion Week will have to do without Sarah Jessica Parker, the actress best known for her career-defining role as the fashion-obsessed Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, opts for family over fashion. That wraps up this week's Hollywood Minute. Are you looking for cultural event credits or just something to do during this week? Here's a list of the upcoming cultural events on campus. That's all for this week's entertainment and cultural events. Next week, we'll tell you about Winthrop's student-run radio station, WINR, and bring you another Hollywood Minute. Thanks for watching. Now back to the news desk with Lorna and Christoph.
That's news happening here at Winthrop. Now for some stories that have campus talking. A rowdy passenger created a panic on a cross-country flight on September 12th. Officials say the man swung punches into the air and tried to open the exit door during the flight. Federal air marshals and other passengers quickly apprehended the man.
Does green tea really help prevent cancer and heart disease? A recent Japanese study says no. The Japanese government funded this study of more than 40,000 adults. Results show lower rates of cardiovascular problems, and there was no decrease in the occurrence of cancer. The FDA also confirmed that there is no evidence that green tea lowers risk for heart disease.
A husband and wife duo entered a not guilty plea after being accused of beating a reporter. Fox 6 News reporter John Matz was attacked while investigating a suspected real estate scam in San Diego. Matz suffered cracked ribs, bite wounds, and cuts to his face during the assault.
For this week's Man on the Street, we sought out Winthrop freshmen to see how their perceptions of college changed since they came to school. Here's what they had to say.
It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. It's a lot more work, and if you need help, it's basically easier just to go ask the professors than to struggle and try to figure it out on your own. So.
I actually thought there was going to be like a lot of parties like all the time, and that I was never going to get any sleep because it was going to be so loud in our dorm rooms, but that's changed, and I really like the quiet hours.
I guess when I first came, I assumed it was like high school. You could kind of just like study every now and then and get along, but within like the first 2 weeks, you can definitely, there's a lot of work.
When I first got here, I knew that it was going to be a lot of work, but I didn't realize that it was going to be so much work because right now I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed and just trying to get everything done, but hopefully it'll get easier because I can't take much more.
That's all the news happening around campus this week.
Be sure to tune in next week for the most up-to-date Winthrop news on campus. I'm Christoph Reed.
And I'm Lorna Webster. Have a great semester.